welcome back to this new weekly vlog. First thing first, I have just catch up on all the news because I don't have TV. I am not someone who watches the news, and so I just got this full panicky thing about the coronavirus all at once yesterday. So yeah, and I'm living in France, so I think we are going to be on lockdown pretty soon this week. So yeah, fun times. I decided to stay at my parents'. They came back from their holidays, and so they are back here. I decided to stay with them so I can help them around. And here we have a garden, so I can actually go outside and stuff, because in my apartment, if I stay in there for how many weeks, I am going to go cray. So because of all the panic and anxiety that the lockdown and the virus can provoke and create, I don't really want to talk a lot about this on this channel. I want to keep this fun for you to watch and to entertain you during this time, but I don't want to overspeak about it. So this is all I'm gonna say about it, okay? And yesterday was election day in France, so I filmed a little clip for you if you want to watch that. It's just like if you want to learn more about how it works in other countries and stuff. So here is the clip. Hi guys, so today it's Sunday and it's election day, and I wanted to take you around with me to show you what it is, election day in France, how we vote, the process of it. I thought it's quite interesting, and if you're interested in it too, well, welcome. So the first thing that happened for any election is that we receive a letter like this, and inside this envelope there is all of this paper, and it's every single person or group that is showing for election, that you can vote for. They send one paper per party pretty much, so it's like just format like that, back and front. I think for this election we have maybe like 12 or 13 parties. I know, Americans, we have way more choice than you. So you get all those pamphlets. Let me show you a good diversity of it, like this, and then more tech. Voila. So that's what it looks like, and then on every single pamphlet they're trying to tell you, we are the best, please vote for us, this is what we are going to do if we are elected. So then you can make your choice. You can look at every single list. You have the same amount of information per party, and for each party as well you get a list of every single person that is going to work in the mayor house if they are elected. So that's how you make your choice, and you decide whoever you want to lead your city, and then you go to vote. So I'll take you with me for that. So I'm on my way to go vote, and I realized I forgot to tell you that in France we vote on Sunday every single time we have to vote for something. We always vote on Sunday because that's when nobody works, and we vote in schools. So yeah, because schools usually are in every single little village. So I'm going to go to my local school to vote, and you get to advertise during the campaign only in front of the schools. The official thing is only in front of schools, so I'll show you that as well. Et voilà, that's done with. I don't really know what you're going to be able to see or not, because I didn't want to be like, everybody move around, I'm filming. But yeah, so pretty much you have all those inside the classroom. You have all those thing where you have the ones like this with all the names of the people and stuff. and you can just take all of them, so maybe like they were 12 or 14 or whatever, go into the isolement place, the isoloir. It's just like 4 posts and 1 curtain. You go in there, you close the curtain so nobody can see you. You fold the one you want and you put it inside the envelope, and then you throw away the other ones, and then you get to put your votes. Or you can just do like me. I just took the one I was interested in, fold it, put it in the envelope because it didn't really care who is going to see or not. I wasn't going with anyone, so I didn't know anyone, so it just took the one I wanted to vote for, put it in the envelope, and then you go forward, you show your ID cards. I'm gonna show you. So then you go forward, you take your ID card. So this is your French ID card where it's written République Française. You have your name, surname, blah blah blah. And then they open the box, you put your envelope, they say "a voté," which means she voted, and you get to sign the register, and that's it. Because of the virus, everybody had to bring their own pen, so we wouldn't spread the virus that way. But other than that, it's super easy. And then we get to see the result on TV and the internet. And then I think it's just another week. They take the 2 winners per area, and they have 1 more week to compete and make their voice heard. And then we go back next Sunday with only 2 choices. We take the one we want to vote for and we do the same thing, and the one who wins is elected. So yeah, that's how it works here in France. I hope it was interesting for you. I hope you learned something, you got something from out of all this, and then it's back to regular schedule reading thing. So now that we are back, I have gathered some books to keep me company for the rest of the month. So for now, I am currently reading 4 books. I'm listening to Northanger Abbey. I am 50% in. It's the story of Catherine, a young girl from mid-class England. It's written in the 19th century, maybe. It's just a gothic romance novel, and I think it's a critique of the genre, but I have to read more about it once I finished. And we just had the first mention of Northanger Abbey, 50% in, so it got me even more interested, because I was slowly getting less and less involved in this book. But now that we mentioned Northanger Abbey, I really want to know what it's about and what's gonna happen there. At the end of the last vlog, I started Brandon Sanderson, The Words of Radiance first. Well, this is the first part because it's just 1 book, but it's published in 2 tomes. So yeah, I'm just at the beginning. I am 120 pages in. It's just the beginning for this book, and I'm enjoying myself so far. Something has just happened that crushed me a little bit, but that's all I'm gonna say, because this is the 2nd volume in the Stormlight archive. So yeah. And I am still reading Vicious on my iPad. I had it last week because I took it from my local library, but I have to get it back. So I found it on Scrib as an ebook. I am 30% in, I think. It's all black screen, you're not gonna see anything. So yeah, 30% in, and yeah, I'm enjoying it for now. It got me really involved. We're following a guy who possibly has superpower, and you follow 2 timelines. Once where he's at school with his roommate, they're learning about superpowers and how to have them, so they're trying to get some powers. And then 10 years later, he's just out of prison, you kind of understand that he has superpowers now, and you're trying to understand what's going on. He's driven by the revenge. He wants to get over his ex-roommates, so you kind of like want to know what went down. And so yeah, I'm still reading this. And then I'm reading fan fiction, Harry Potter fan fiction. It's called Turn, and it's super long. On my iPad, it's 1,400 pages, but it's one I've read 4 years ago, and I really like it. And it's all about you pick up at the end of the last book of Harry Potter, so 19 years later in the future when he's married to Ginny and stuff. And he's wondering what would have happened if when he throw a spell at Draco in the 6th book, the spell from the Half-Blood Prince, what would have happened if he actually went back and helped Draco and excused himself for his behavior and everything. So it's like what would have happened if they were friends instead of nemesis in the last book. So yeah, it's very fun. For the rest of the books from my TBR, I still have to read, well, the part 2 of Brandon Sanderson, Milarepa from Eric-Emmanuel Schmitt. It's only like 60 pages and it's super big, so it should be very quick if I want just a quick read during a day. We have L'École des Femmes by Molière. It's a play and I'm buddy reading it with over on Instagram with my friends, so if you want to join, tell me. I don't think I'm going to do it this week, but maybe next week. I have the beautiful edition of The Great Gatsby. I really want to read that as well. And I just got from my local library Witcher by Andrzej Sapkowski, the 2nd book in the installment. It's still short stories, but yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this, but for now I want to focus on at least finishing 1 or 2 books because I don't like having 4 books at the same time. Anyway, I just watched G from Book Roast's magical readathon video and I can't wait for it. At least there's going to be one happy thing about April is that we can all join the magical readathon. I will put links here, there, everywhere about it. And if you don't know, G from Book Roast hosts every single year several readathon on the theme of Harry Potter. And during April time, it's our owls. So it's the exam they pass during the 5th year in Harry Potter, and it's pretty much like you're there. So she creates a guide where you can choose your career, and looking at your career, you have different class you have to pass, either transfiguration, charms, potions, arithmetic, like the real class from Harry Potter. And then in August, it's the other readathon. You pass your newts, so that's the final exam from Hogwarts. So if you pass your newts, then you get your job, your career. So I've been reading it yesterday night to find out what I would like to do in the magical world, but I haven't chosen yet because I want to find something that really intrigued me and that I would really like to do, and at the same time I want it to be a bit challenging as well in terms of how many classes I have to pass. And yeah, and this year she did something else as well. If you want a little extra, you can try to be an animagus, or you can try to learn how to train dragons and everything, so you can add up more classes, more books on your TBR. And yeah, I'll catch up with you later when I make my choice. It's Thursday and we are on our 3rd day of confinement. I actually started on Wednesday because I still had to go to work and Tuesday to finish stuff and wrap up, because my client has a factory, so you cannot just stop the factory like that. So we had to work together to finish everything, and we are officially on lockout everywhere in France. So yeah, that's not a very fun situation, but I'm very, very privileged. I have my parents here with me. They came back from holidays, and I'm here for them to go out and be able to bring some stuff for in the house if needed, and to take care of each other. And we have a big garden, so we are very, very fortunate, but I know a lot of people aren't, and it makes me very sad and fearful. So yeah, I'm trying not to panic or anything because that wouldn't help, but at the same time it's not a very cheerful time. I'm still doing some work from some of my other clients from home, but yeah, I'm reading a lot though. I am trying to be on top of my reading so I can actually update you and still do some fun stuff on this channel. I'm still making my way through the Words of Radiance by Sanderson, and I'm enjoying myself so much. I'm fully back on. The first the first 100 pages, I was like, oh, what's going on again? Who's this? Who's that? Blah blah blah. And now I'm back in full on again. And I just finished part 1 and the interlude after part 1, and wow, the interlude are always my favorite part in those books because you get to see other point of view and other characters that are everywhere in the world. Like if you see the world, the map of Russia, I love maps in books. I hope you can see this pretty much. Like most of the action, the characters we follow all the time, they are from around here, but there's this whole other world everywhere, and so in the interludes you get to follow characters from different places and that have very very different belief and society and in cultures, and I love it because yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I'm making a lot of sense today. Anyway, and in this particular interlude, we get to see the point of view of some people we heard of a lot, but we never see their point of view before, and so I was so happy to finally can be able to see in the head of those people and how their culture is designed and what they think, and yeah, so I love it. I'm still loving Shalon point of view. She's a scholar. I think that's why I relate to that so much, because she's so interested into understanding everything and having the more knowledge available to make the best decisions and stuff. So happy to be back in full on. And finally, I'm still working my way through Vicious on Scrib. I finally got to part 2 of the book. The chapters were very very short, so at first I liked that a lot, but at every chapter break we switch perspective, well, we switch timelines, so it was super hard to always be juggling between the 2 timelines. And now this has pretty much stopped. We pretty much catch up with the present, and we get to see other perspective than Victor's perspective, and I'm enjoying that so much. I'm trying to pace myself between all the books because sometimes I just rush through a book that I love, and I feel like if I give myself some more frustration and reading something else, I'm like, oh, I want to pick that back up, it makes me more enjoy even more the world and what's going on and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to do that and pace myself and have different books to read so I can have this great feeling of I'm gonna go back to a book I love. So I will update you later. I'm not gonna go out, I think, or maybe just for a walk, but don't expect anything grand around here. There's going to be no outside, no trip, nothing like everybody else, but I'll try to keep you entertained as much as I can on this channel. Alright, I'm back. Please don't pay too much attention to this because I haven't seen a mirror today, so I think my hair are doing whatever they want. But yeah, I wanted to give you a quick update, a quick chat, because I've been sitting here kind of like writing in I have a journal special for booktube stuff. I've been writing about future plans for videos. I realized that today it's actually the first day of spring, so I thought it would be nice to do kind of winter wrap up, like with all my winter's favorites and stuff like this. So I'll be posting that in April. And I've been taking the owls way too seriously, so I haven't printed Jay's little guidebook. I only printed the pages that were relevant to the carrier I chose. It's one I haven't talked to you about. I just thought about it today, and I never really thought I would go for that one, but that's what I'm doing. So I am planning on making a O.W.L TBR video, but I don't have all the books yet, so I'll be putting this out very soon. But if you want a quick sneak peek, I can tell you that it is within the ministry that my career of choice is, and I've decided to take other courses, and I'm going for animagus training. I'm gonna become an anime guy, and I'm going for mere people linguistic, and it's relevant to my chosen career. That's all I'm gonna say. The rest will be on the O.W.L TBR. I'm getting ready for it. I'm so excited. I've talked about it to my mom. She's like, "What is that? Is that even a real thing?" Like. It's quite crazy when you think about it, the fandom of all of it, like all of us connecting to do this type of incredible thing. Like, she thought the guidebook, she thought I bought it because it was so cute and well made. Like, it looks so professional. Jay is an incredible graphic designer, and yeah, she was just astonished, and I'm trying to convince her to go herself for a career. She reads like 2 or 3 books a month, so we can maybe find her one career that she would like, and she could participate maybe in it. So that would be fun. And I've realized that don't think I'm going fast enough this month. Like, I don't know why, but I haven't read as much as I thought I would. The other books that I still have on my TBR, like physical TBR, they're quite short, except for Swords of Destiny, but the other ones are quite short, so I think I'm gonna be able to go through it quite quickly. But yeah, other than that, I need to pick my pace up. And the Hate You Give, I was supposed to listen to it on Scrib, but it's not available to me now anymore. I have to wait till the 25th of March, so that leaves me 6 days to listen to it. So I think I'm going to do that. And in the meantime, that's only 5 days away. In the meantime, I'm going to try and finish Words of Radiance. I wanted for you guys to get a little insight of what's going on in France, and every night since the quarantine begins, so it's been since last Tuesday, people have been coming to their windows and clapping and cheering for all the key workers that are still working in these difficult times. So every single night it just gives me a sense of unity and community and compassion for what's happening, and if it gives me so much hope to continue through these difficult times. And so I wanted to share with you. So I'm back at my apartment. I needed some books, of course, and I needed some time away just to be alone. So I decided to come back here. I brought all of the food from home, and so I'm staying here. I'm not going out, I'm not seeing anyone, so it will be pretty much the same in terms of contact with people as if I would have stayed with my parents, so I can come back whenever I want without putting them at risk. So that's what I'm doing now, that's where I am now. And I quickly wanted to end up this vlog and wanted to show you what I'm doing right now, because I stepped out of what I was doing. I was like, oh my god, this is such a book nerd problem. So I'm gonna show you. I took everything out of my bookshelf and I've put everything on the floor, trying to decide what I wanted to read for my owls. And I decided to turn the video for the owls TBR into a owls recommendation book. So I put them in stack here with like in terms of themes and stuff, so I can recommend them to you. I'm gonna film that today because otherwise it's gonna stay on the floor for too long. And then I was just reorganizing the rest of the books. I don't know how I'm gonna put it back on the shelf, but yeah, that's what's happening. I don't think I ever talked to you about the fact that I'm living here right now, but it's temporary. I'm trying to buy an apartment. I was supposed to get it mid-April, but I don't think this is gonna happen now because all the banks and stuff, everything a bit pushed back because of the virus. So I don't know when I'm gonna get it, but I am so excited to get bookshelves, proper places for all of my books, and get all of my books in the same place and like have them on display in my living room. But yeah, this is going to happen later. Anyway, in terms of what I'm currently reading, so I'm still working through Vicious by V.H. Schwab. I'm 80% in, and I'm so sad to say that this is not a compelling read for me. Like, I'm forcing myself to pick it back up. After the end of the first part, we got another point of view in part 2, and I'm bored. This is the second point of view doesn't really excite me or anything, and I feel like it's getting a bit rambly, and some plot devices, I don't want to tell you which ones, feels very easy. And yeah, the US is a huge place, so for you to be at the same place as someone else or meet somebody new that it's relevant to your story, it's quite easy for me. But anyway, I'm still going through it, and yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be thinking, so I'll let you know in the next week vlog. I'm still working through that. I'm still working my way through The Beast, Words of Radiance, and I'm loving this. This is second book. I told you all this already, but in this part, some characters that we've been following in the first book meet, and it's so exciting and so much fun, and I'm thinking that something bad that happened might not have been true, or like we were thinking something and might end up being another way or something like that. So I don't know what to think yet. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and I'm like Brandon is just leading me through something that is completely wrong, and I'm falling for it, but I don't care. I don't want to tell you, but I hope people who've read it know what I'm thinking. I don't want to tell, but spoiler. Anyway, so I'm like almost done with the first part of the book, and yeah, I'm having so much fun. This book is so great. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm reading it. I'm enjoying it so much. So I also finished Northanger, Abbey. I ended up liking it way better than I thought I would. It's still super difficult for me, the classic writing style, but I was able to see through it, to see some critique and some sarcasm and stuff, and I think in the future, like in a year or two, I might reread it, because it was quite a lot of fun, and some characters were outrageous and I loved it. So yeah, Northanger Abbey. I recommend, if you haven't read it, I recommend it to you. And then I needed some quick read because I felt a bit stuck between those two big books, Vicious and Words of Radiance. So I picked up Eric-Emmanuel Schmitt, Milarepa. I've talked to you before about it, but I don't know if you remember or not. Eric-Emmanuel Schmitt is a French author. He writes contemporary books that usually have some religious echoes, but like very different religious background, and he has that series called The Invisible Cycle. Most of the books in that series are translated in English if you want to check it out. Usually they're super short, they don't have to be read in any particular order, they just go along. And I just realized when reading this that each book focuses on one religion. So this is the book for Buddhism. Then we have, in no particular order, Les 10 enfants que Madame Ming n'a jamais eu, the 10 children that Madame Ming never had. I think this is like Confucius, Chinese kind of religion or philosophy. We have Monsieur Ibrahim et les fleurs du Coran, Mr. Ibrahim and the flowers of the Quran. So this one is about Islam. And then we have Oscar et la Dame en Rose, which is Oscar and the Lady in Pink. And this one is more about Christianity. I read that in July last year and really enjoyed it. So if you want to start by this, start by it. And Mr. Ibrahim et les fleurs du Coran was my second read in December, and super enjoyed it. it's super cute of a story. And this one, Milarepa, I read this last night. It's like 60 pages. It's the first one in the series. He wrote this in 2001, so quite a long time ago. And I am a bit disappointed because my hope were so high, because this is Buddhism and it's a philosophy that I want to know more about, that I want to learn about. And there were no like little gem for me to find and that I loved. Like Mr. Ibrahim and the Faire du Coran, I kept annotating stuff that were like so relatable to me, and in this one, not at all. The synopsis, it's super short, so I'll keep it super short, but it's a guy called Simon, and every night he dreams, he has the same dreams, and someone kind of hint to him that he might be the reincarnation of the uncle of Milarepa. Milarepa is a famous Tibetan hermit, and this is real. This is the real, based on real story, and so it's the story of him unfolding what happened in his past life, and it tells it to us in his 60 pages, and yeah, it felt a bit short for me. So that's it for this week vlog. I will see you next week. Let me know if you have any thought about what I'm reading. Don't be too hard on me and vicious. I'm sorry I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. Let me know if you understand some stuff I was saying about Words of Radiance. I don't know if I should do a spoiler review. I didn't do it for Way of King because I thought there's so many great content out there on this already, and I didn't see what I could bring to the game. But I just want to talk about stuff that excite me so much when I'm reading Words of Radiance. Like, should I do sportive feel vlog or review? Let me know what you think will be best. And if you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this rambling me, and comment if you have anything to say to me. Okay, I'll see you soon, and good quarantine to everyone. Hope your family and yourself are doing great. I didn't say bye. Is it alright? I think it's alright.